I'm going to do a deep dive into the Buddy cast net, and you'll be surprised at how it performs and why you might want to just consider this as the cast net you use from your kayak. It finally happened. The net I've been using for the last 3 years just got totally ripped up and was not repairable. So I went down to a couple stores and I was shopping around for cast nets, and I decided that I would invest some of the tens of dollars I make here on YouTube and do a detailed comparison of a couple different nets. And in this video, we're going to talk about the kids net, the Buddy net, and it may be just the net you want to throw out of your kayak once I'm done. I'm going to take it through a number of different tests, but the first thing we need to look at is the physical characteristics of the net itself. Like the Phytac and the Old Salt net, it is 3/8 inch mono, and a couple characteristics are that it has 12 braille lines, which is the same as the Phytac cast net, but it only weighs 5 pounds. And the adult nets, the Phytac and the Old Salt, both weigh 6.5 pounds. The number of weights on the bottom is different as well, and we're going to see the impact of that in an upcoming video where I show how this thing spreads out. This only has 72 weights spread around the 6-foot radius, and the adult nets, the Phytac and the Old Salt, they've got about 98. So with that, oh, and one other thing is the leash is shorter as well. This leash is only 18 feet, and on Phytac you get 24 feet. On the Old Salt you get 26 feet. The obvious first question to investigate is how the difference in weights affects the sink rate of both nets. So let's go to the pool and we'll run them side by side. Pretty interesting result there. The kids net only took 0.2 of a second longer to reach the bottom. So if you're using this primarily in shallow water, there's not going to be much difference in your ability to catch bait fish versus the adult net. But now let's take it out and throw it and see how we can do with pancakes at different distances. Now here's one of the interesting things about me doing this test is that I'm not an expert. An expert can make any net perform perfectly, but I'm just a guy. And so what I want to do with this is throw it, and I want to look at a couple things. I want to do a close-in throw and a distance throw and see how easy it is to do that, and then assess the pancake ability on each of those profiles. I found that the net was very easy to throw, and at short range I had pretty good success in getting pancakes. I did have a few screw-ups, but that's to be expected, and I did not wear out my arm throwing it time after time. Then I switched to long distance, and again the lighter net was easier to throw, and I was able to have pretty good success with the pancakes. Again, a few screw-ups, but not that bad. So it casts pretty well, but will it catch bait? Well, let's go out and catch some bait and see if it works. Where we fish, it's pretty shallow. Bait runs maybe 1 foot to 1.5 feet, and you can see that I caught plenty on this net. So what's the bottom line on this thing? After thinking about it and trying it out, as you just saw, I believe that the kids net is actually a pretty good net to throw from a kayak. Because think about it, whether you're kneeling or standing, it's that equal and opposite reaction. And when you're throwing something that weighs 6.5 pounds versus 5 pounds, you're not as apt to lose your balance. The other thing is the sink rate isn't that much different. And you know, I was able to get some pretty good pancakes at both the short and long ranges. Is it as good as an adult net? Again, it depends on your skill level and your ability to throw and the strength of your arm. I prefer my Old Salt adult net because, as you'll see in an upcoming video, it has so many more construction features than either the Phytac or the Buddy net. But, you know, the Buddy net at its price point is a pretty good deal. And so I would certainly recommend this thing if you want to get your kid into cast net bait fishing, or if you know that you're going to end up having to stand up to cast on your kayak to get some bait instead of walking along the shoreline. And I think that's going to be the bottom line for me. At high tide, walking along the shoreline isn't useful in many places. So if I take this net with me, I can sneak up to the bait and fling it from my kayak and hopefully not fall in the water. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have a perspective on the kid net, the buddy net versus adult nets? Throw it down below. We can all learn from it. Thanks.